Listen, I got a question for you guys. As you can see in the title, do you know what is in your eggs? I got duped by Vital Farms and I want to talk about it today. So, if you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Charlotte. I am a certified health coach here to help you on your health journey. And so, we talk all things health and holistic health on this channel. And so I wanted to jump on here because, guys, Vital Farms is an egg company. In case those of you that don't know, I do eat eggs. I do eat predominantly plant-based, but I do eat eggs as well because I like the protein. Anyway, I'm always doing research, always studying, always trying to sharpen myself in the area of holistic health because there are certain things that I don't want in my system. And as you guys know my story, as a cancer conqueror, sorry, I am outside. I forgot to bring my earphones, but here we are. We got the birds chirping, they're happy right over my head. The airplane may come by, hopefully it will not. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know that yeah, I've been eating Vital Farms eggs for a minute here, because I don't look for organic, I don't look for pasture raised, I look for humane. Because if the chickens are being treated humanely, which means basically that what they're being fed, what they're being exposed to outside, farm raised, yes, that's great. If they're on a farm or if they have access to a pasture, which is fine, but humane is very important. And so I happened to be doing some studying and I came across a video. I'll maybe link it in the description after this video. And I found out that Vital Farms actually feeds their chickens corn and soy. And for anyone that is a cancer conqueror, these are definite. Take off your list. Be very mindful if you've been exposed to soy because soy is in everything. Let me just say that. I remember when I was initially, hi you guys. I remember initially when I first went through diagnosis and started doing some research, holistically, I found out that soy was a huge part of my diagnosis because the soy in this country, in the US, is predominantly garbage. And what it does is that it mimics estrogen. And so I literally had estrogen dominance, which was a part of my diagnosis, and it literally caused a portion of the cancer diagnosis. And so to see that Vital Farms has corn and soy, they feed their chickens corn and soy, is a huge red flag for me because I don't want any soy, I don't want any corn. And if you don't know about corn, also 99% of the corn produced in this country, in the United States, is sprayed with glyphosate. And it is a pesticide that is definitely sprayed on that crop heavily. And so you want to be careful of things that have corn base, whether it's corn oil or corn in the actual ingredients in whatever it is, because between that and soy, here's the bottom line, and it always comes back to money. I always say this: follow the money, because following the money will help you to understand that the food industry predominantly does not care about your health. They don't care about children's health. They care about profit. And because of that, now we have corn and soy, which are cheap alternatives for anything healthy, like the chicken should be eating. Chicken should be eating bugs. They should be eating whatever is they forage for in the ground. That's what they should be eating. And I found out from this farmer, he's a chicken farmer, that I did research and found he actually was saying that yes, they do have to supplement their food supply in certain parts of the season because they just don't get enough food and they don't get enough nutrients. However, there are clean sources to supplement it. And you know how you've been hearing like, oh, the darker the yolk, the more nutritious it is, and the more you can tell that The chickens have been foraging for bugs and worms and all kinds of things. Well, that's not true, because even the yellow yolk part can be manipulated by another substance. Now, I'm not faulting Vital Farms. This is not a paid advertisement, because I didn't do my due diligence, because they do list it on their, I don't remember seeing it on their website, but from what I'm told and my own research, yes, they actually listed they do feed their hens, their chickens, soy and corn. Yeah, you guys come on in and tell me where you're joining me from. And so it's amazing to know that if you don't do your due diligence in your own health journey, no one else is going to do it for you. And this is why I wanted to jump on here, because Vital Farms, for me, I care that I don't want corn and I don't want soy in my diet. Hey, welcome in from the USA. Good to see you. Yeah, the sun is low. It's like early evening here where I am. But I just wanted to tell you guys that be careful, be careful, be careful. If you eat eggs, make sure you find some eggs that are corn and soy free. And guess what? I did find some, because I did my research. And I found that, you can go to your local farmers, because there are a lot of local farmers everywhere that actually have chickens. And they grow chickens, they grow eggs, or they, let their chickens grow, hatch eggs. But they actually do have chicken farms. And because of that, they are very conscious of what they're feeding their chickens, because they want to keep it as close to natural as possible. And that's important, because if we're not keeping what the chickens eat based on their normal diet, it's just like cows. When cows are not supposed to be strapped up to a machine, pushing out milk 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're supposed to be grazing. Cows eat grass. And so when the animals that you may be eating, I don't eat meat personally, but I don't knock people that do, because they may need that source of protein. Just make sure that it is grass fed. Make sure you do your due diligence in where that meat is coming from, because the majority of antibiotics in this country, and I've said this on this channel before, are given to livestock. They're not given to humans. Do your research, I'm telling you. And because of that, whatever has been, shot into that animal, you're getting that if you're eating that meat or that egg or whatever that product may be. And so this is why it's so important, on our health journeys, that we have to do our own due diligence in order to be able to know what we're putting in our bodies, because no one else is going to do that for us. No one else needs to be the best steward of your body than you. And I can't emphasize that enough, but I wanted to jump on here, you guys, and make sure you know, if you're eating Vital Farms eggs, it's up to you. If you don't mind corn and soy, God bless you. And let's just throw in our scripture, because, the Lord tells us that we have to, sorry about that, guys. The Lord tells us in the word that we have to be the best steward of our own bodies. The scripture tells us that to work out our own soul salvation with fear and trembling, meaning that we have to be the best steward of the life that we've been given, but we have a responsibility to do that. And it's no different in what you're eating, what you're allowing in your body or on your body, because it's not just what you eat, it's what you're exposed to, what you're putting on your body. So I wanted to jump on here. You guys, thank you so much for jumping on. Yeah, I'm telling you, I didn't know it either, Travis. And I'm telling you, it just goes back to, we have to really do our own due diligence and dive deeper, because it's not that I didn't do my research, because I did. I do research because I need to be aware of what I'm putting in my body so that I can let you guys know. And again, I just make the suggestions. It is your choice. But it's good to know what it is that you want in your body and what you don't. And if you don't want corn and soy, make sure you find some. Now, I did find a company. It's called Organic, Organic. So it's like Nick is like, I think the farmer's name. And I found them at Sprouts Market, Farmer's Market. But there's also a few farmers. They're not local to my area, but they do ship eggs to you. And I think the minimum is maybe 2 dozen. So I'll probably do that and reach out to them as well, because at least I know that they're feeding their chickens what need to be fed, and it's not a bunch of garbage, because it's important. It's just important. So thank you guys for jumping on here today. Yeah, the sun is pretty much gone, but it's still daylight. It's still nice. Yeah. But I wanted to come on here because I thought it was important to let my community know, listen, if you eat eggs, be sure that there is no corn or no soy in what they're feeding the chickens. And just rule of thumb, when you talk about eggs, it's not so much that they're organic. Now, I'm a big organic fan. However, it's not so much that they're organic, it's that they are treated humanely. And you can see the symbol. It's a symbol on there that says that they are humanely treated and that they are pasture raised. The problem is that you still need to go in and do your due diligence as to what pasture raised means to that particular company. Because pasture raised can mean that they can throw them outside for 10 minutes, in an area that you have like 500 chickens, and the area is like 10 by 10, and that's their pasture. No. And sometimes it doesn't even have grass on it. So do your due diligence. But do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. Work out your own soul's salvation with fear and trembling. And so I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys, check the eggs. Please check the eggs, because I think it's important for me, and like I said, because of my diagnosis, but also because soy in this country, not just for women, but for men too, it can send your body into estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance creates and sustains cancer tumors. So until next time, for those of you that are first time on here, yep, I'm outside, the plane's going overhead. For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Listen, like this if you like this content, like the video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and come back and join us again. Until next time, you guys, don't forget, check your eggs. Take care, bye.